Alright guys, today we are going to quickly review how to divide with decimals, and we are going to add a new step of dividing when you have a decimal in the divisor or on the outside. So let's quickly review how to divide, just the basics with decimals, and then we'll move into the new stuff. So here's our first example, 32 divided by 5. So remember, put 32 in our box, and that's our dividend, and 5 is our divisor. So we continue to divide like we always have. 5 will not go into 3, but it will go into 32 6 times. Subtract, and remember, have a remainder, add a decimal and a 0. Okay, bring up that decimal, and then keep dividing. 5 goes into 20 4 times. It zeroes out, so I have a terminating decimal. So my answer is 6.4. That's the first example. Our second example is when we are dividing and there's already a decimal in the inside the dividend, inside the box. So we divide like normal. Well, we need to bring the decimal up first. That way we keep our place value all accurate. 4 will go into 6 one time. Subtract, bring down my 2. 4 will go into 22 5 times. Subtract, ignore that decimal, remember, bring down the 8. 4 will go into 28 7 times. Again, we zero out, terminating decimal. 15.7 is my answer. This is what we did in 5th grade. So this year we're going to add another step. This is going to be a little bit different. So what happens when we divide and both of our numbers are decimals? So let me show you how this looks. So we put 0.12 or 12 hundredths in the box because it's our dividend, and then our divisor is 0.06. We can leave off that 0 to help us out. So what we're really doing is saying I have 12 hundredths and I'm splitting it up into groups of 6 hundredths. So let me use pennies and I'll show you what that looks like. So here I have 12 pennies. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here's 12 pennies, or 12 cents, or 12 hundredths. And I'm going to split them up into groups of 6 hundredths. So here's a group, and here's a group. So I have 2 groups. So my answer is 2. Now you may be a little bit confused, and that's okay. I just wanted to show you a picture of what that looks like. So let me actually show you how to divide it. So to make the division easier, we're actually going to move our decimal, kind of like we did when we were doing percents to decimals, and we're going to move it to the right. So we're going to make this a whole number. So to get 6 as a whole number or by itself, I have to move it 2 places. 1, 2. Okay, so when I move it from here, 1, 2, that becomes 6 wholes. And whatever I do on the outside, I have to also do on the inside. Because I moved it twice, I move it twice here. And that becomes just 6 divided by 12, which is 2. That's my answer. I don't have to put anything back in the box. I don't have to put any decimals back inside to make it work. Sorry, I'm refocusing here. There we go. Alright, so now go ahead and you can pause the video and go get a piece of paper, or you can get an expo marker, and you can do these on your table or your desk if you want to. Not my tables, just the desks. Alright, so let's practice. So I want to take 1 23 hundredths and I want to split it up into 3 tenths, groups of 3 tenths. How many groups would I get is what I'm asking. Well, let's make the division easier by making this a whole number. Well, here's my decimal, and how many digits do I have? You should say 1. That means I'm going to move my decimal 1 place to the right, giving me 3. And then I'm going to move this decimal 1 place to the right, making this 12.3. Put my decimal on the top, and then I divide just like I normally would. 4, which is 12. Bring down the 3 like normal, one time. Zeroes out. 4.1 is my answer. I'm done. So all I'm really doing is moving the decimal to make this a whole number. And however many times I move it on the outside, I move it the same on the inside. So we're scooping. Scoop, scoop. So look at this one. We're going to do 8.36 divided it by 0.04. Sorry about the focus, guys. Let me see if I can get it to work. So here we go. Try it first. Pause the video, try it first, and then come back and watch. So 2 places. So we're going to scoop it over twice, making that a 4. And we're going to scoop it over twice, making that 836. And then I'm just going to divide. Oh, look, here's a common mistake. 4 will not go into 3. You have to put a 0 up there to hold that place. And then I can bring down my 6. 4 goes into 36 9 times. So 209 is my answer. Okay, try the next 2 and check your answers. I'm just going to work them out right quick. Alright. So move it over once to make that 12. So move that over once to make it 168. 12 goes in there one time. Bring down my 8. 12 goes in there 4 times, making that 48. 14 is my answer. And then on the last one, I only have to move it over one place to make that 32. And I only move that one place. That's going to be 52.8. Bring my decimal up and divide. I think it's going to go in there 6 times. 12, that's 19. Add a 0, and that's going to go in there 5 times. So 1.65. Okay? So when you're looking at your notes today that you picked up when you came in the room, here's what you should have. Okay? It's showing you that there's one digit. You're moving it over one place, moving it over one place. Bring the decimal up. Here's the steps. And remember, once you've moved the decimal up, just divide like normal, leaving the decimal alone. Okay? So now, if you flip it over on the back, you can find someone that understands or kind of gets the idea and work together, and raise your hand and I'll come around and help you, or rewatch part of the video for some extra help.